You've done a lot of work, grassroots work. How do you make this, and it's seeming it is happening, but how do you continue this from a revolution, from just a moment to the movement, and hopefully has an impact on the election this November?
So I think one thing that they did, well, they did many things that were amazing, but one thing that I think that was really, truly, I think, says what's going to happen next and what happens with this movement, because it is truly now a movement.
Right.
I know they call it a revolution as well, is that they had a call to action. And the call to action was vote them out, right? The call to action was vote them out. And by the way, if you haven't registered to vote, register to vote today, because we're registering people. And I, as being an activist and being someone who has done grassroots on kind of advocacy side and also political side, there is nothing more important than to make sure that you have a call to action. And they had that. And they did that at every rally. There were people registering people to vote. And that was the message. I think the biggest message that came out of that is, if you are not with them, then they will vote you out. And one thing that happens over and over again, at least that's happened with this issue, the gun violence issue, gun issue, just in general over the last several decades, is that on the other side, conservatives, Republicans, it is a single voting issue for them.
Yes, it is.
It has been for decades. And our side, like as we Democrats, progressive, as we've talked about it, and clearly we care about it, we've never turned it into an electoral force. We've never turned it. It's never been that for us. And that's what's so amazing about this movement, is that's what these kids have done. They are turning this movement, what's happening, into an electoral force. And that's really how you're going to get change. Because nothing's going to happen in Congress from now until November. Nothing. It's not going to move. Maybe there'll be some piecemeal, small, incremental things, but not in a way that's fundamental and will make change. And so turning this issue, like I said, into like, hey, let's make it into a ballot box issue come November. If you're 17 now and you're able to vote by the time November comes around, or if you're 18 and you're going to vote for the first time, guess what? Register and vote.